Hi, this is Todd with ESOTERIC Car Care. Today we're going to be talking about how to select the right automotive shampoo. Hey, automotive shampoos. There's a lot of different products out there. You go into your local auto parts store and there's just 30 different ones. You're trying to figure out what to choose. Here at ESOTERIC, we go a little bit different way. We don't carry every shampoo on the market. We try to stick with products that we really like and we use out in the shop on a regular basis. The biggest difference in shampoos is what they consist of. Is it just a straight up shampoo? Is it something that's called like a wash and wax? Does it have other kind of additives or protective properties in it? Those are the things that you want to look at when choosing. And it could depend on what you've done to your car. Is your car just waxed on a regular basis? Does it have a sealant on it? Do you have protective coatings? We've done a lot of videos talking about coatings as well. But this is more just your general choice for shampoos here. So if you take a look at some of the ones that we've got here, our Sonax shampoo. That's just a good pH neutral shampoo, highly concentrated. Same thing with the Geon bath. This is one that we use most of the time in the shop. No extra additives to it. It's not adding slickness. It's not adding any kind of protection. Just a pH neutral shampoo. Then we've got the Bath Plus. Plus designates the fact that it has got some coating properties in it that you don't have in the bath. We'll talk about that a little bit. And another choice that you've got is something like ONR here that is a rinseless wash type product. So it's going to be used in completely different setting from the rest of them. Now, when we're talking about what you want to use on the car, one of the biggest mistakes I see, and we get an amazing amount of questions on it, is people want to put this kind of protective product on it. Then they want to put this, and then they want to go with Bathe Plus on it, and then they want to put something else on top of that. More protective properties doesn't mean you're getting better protection. You can have compatibility issues. It can cause all kinds of other problems. So don't get caught up, particularly in the forum kind of speak or Facebook groups, when people just think that you have to throw every kind of protective property on it. If you've got a high quality wax on it, you do it on a regular basis, or a sealant or a coating, I wouldn't go with something like Bathe Plus that has protective properties in it. I would go with just a general purpose one. Or what if you like to use something like Polish Angel High Gloss or Cosmic Spritz after you've washed your car that adds protective properties. You don't want to take a protective property soap and then add something else on top of it. If you're a type of person who just wants to add some kind of protection, then you would use something like the Plus, where you're adding some protection to it. So those are some of the differences there. Really, when it comes down to if you're still after all this, you really don't know what direction to go the safe route and go with something that doesn't have any kind of additives in it. Just a good pH neutral shampoo that's not going to add anything else. It's just going to do a really good job of cleaning. And like with the bath, bathe, they're pronounced both ways, and you'll hear me use them interchangeably. But they're coming out with a new highly concentrated version as well that is even stripped of dyes or scents or anything. It's just a pure cleaner that we'll probably be using here a lot at the shop. Now for wintertime, let's say it's 10 degrees outside and we're not going to go out even with our heated pressure washer to wash a car. We want to do something in the shop here. That's when we're going to go for something like the Optimum No Rinse, or ONR as it's known, because you don't have to hose. You can still use kind of a 2-bucket method with it, but you're not having to rinse everything off. This is not something that I would use on a regular basis, but you may be in some kind of areas of the country or the world. You've got water restrictions and you simply have to go with something like that because you can't be getting multiple buckets of water and hoses and rinse everything off. So that's a good way to use this. But you also want to keep in mind this has polymers in here that add some shine and protection to it. So this is not something that I would want to use like with a coated car. Or if I like using a product we talked about before, a high gloss, Kamikaze Overcoat or Cosmic Spritz, I wouldn't use this because you're trying to mix different kinds of protection and stuff on there. I would rather use something that's a neutral soap. You can add your protection a little bit later. So keep in mind when you're taking a look at the different shampoos, take a look at what it's designed for, what kind of application. And you have to ask yourself, what are you trying to accomplish? If you've got multiple cars that you want to work on, and some of them are going to have some kind of protection and some not, and you don't want to buy multiple, get just a basic generic one. If you've got just one car that you want to add protective properties to every time you wash, get something that's got some protection behind in it. If you're going to do some cleaning up of your car, say in the winter in the garage, and you can't get it outside, use something like Optimum No Rinse that's designed specifically for that application. And another thing about your more generic neutral shampoos on here, we've even used these. We go to a car show. We're all against breaking out the quick detailer and wiping cars down at car shows. No better way to scratch up your car than to do that. But we've been at some kind of events where we simply have to do some kind of cleaning. We'll just take a bottle of water, put a couple of drops of, say, Bathe in it, and liberally spray down the surface, wipe down, switch out towels every single panel as you're doing it. So this is a good way to use this. Or you can take some, mix it up that way, keep it in a box or something in your trunk. That way you get hit with a bird bomb or you got some bugs or something you need to wash off. That's a good, safe way to do that. Well, hopefully this answers some of the questions and takes away a little bit of the confusion about how to choose your soaps. You can go onto our YouTube channel and you can look at the specific videos on each individual product on there to learn more specifics about it and more tips and tricks on how to get the most out of that shampoo. And while you're there watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're constantly updating new videos on detailing tips, tools, and techniques. That's about all for today for Esoteric Car Care. I'm Todd Cooprider. Thanks, and we'll see you again next time.